Well, good afternoon, dear subscribers. Today I'm going to teach you and give information about plagiarism. As we all know, in the higher education at the universities or at the master's degree and the PhD works, students are required to write the long papers in different languages. As an English teacher, I try to teach students how to avoid plagiarism, and I try to give the strategies, methods, and way of avoiding from it. And I will give the broadened definition for the word plagiarism. As nowadays, most students in Uzbekistan are supposed to submit their paperwork to the different websites, such as we in the Pedagogical university we have a specific platform called Hemis. They should weekly submit their paperwork in the English language, and they're required to submit whether they are writing piece of paper or PDF version of the writing, or PPT, like presentation form of the writing. And most of the time, mostly they are copied from the resources, from the internet websites, or from someone's academic papers, and it can result in the plagiarism. Plagiarism is copying someone's words without any acknowledgement and giving credit to it, and it's considered as a incorrect action, and they can result to the negative consequences. Plagiarism can be in the different types. We have three types of plagiarism. The first is direct plagiarism. In other words, we can say verbatim in the academic language. Direct plagiarism means that if students or teachers try to copy from someone's words, directly word for word, it's considered direct plagiarism, because in this work, students don't try to add something from their own view, and it's considered as a dishonesty, and it can result to the negative consequences to the academic integrity. And the second type of the plagiarism, called self-plagiarism, in the other word, mosaic plagiarism. In the self-plagiarism, students try to give the different information from different sources and collect them as a whole writing, and complete them as a mosaic, and it calls self-plagiarism. And the second type of the self-plagiarism is giving from your own word. In the master's degree in the higher education at the university, students can give the idea from their former papers, like submitted papers. It's also considered as a self-plagiarism. And when teachers check their work, they can show the high percentage of plagiarism in the Turnitin. The third type of the plagiarism is accidental. Some students have lack of knowledge how to use the websites, how to use the information, how to give the citation. Sometimes they don't know how to make the reference list, and it's called accidental, and it's not on purpose, because they try to give the information from someone's work if students will acknowledge and give credit as a citation. In that case, plagiarism isn't considered as a copy-pasting. In the next stage of my lesson, I'm going to talk about consequences of the plagiarism. As we know, in the most universities, if students try to copy-paste from someone's work, and it can be shown in the different websites. And as a teacher, as an English teacher, we also use such tools to check our students' paper. For example, I use Turnitin.com, a very useful website to check students' paper and check their plagiarism level rate. And consequences of the copying from someone's work and being copycat every time can result in the negative consequences, such as failure from university. From my own experience, I face like a lot of difficulties while I'm writing in the master's degree, and I had to give an idea from the other sources. And initially, I didn't know how to correctly give citation or reference list, and I almost failed from the courses. And consequences are very horrible because in the higher education and master's degree or whatever, the doctoral works and PhD works, candidates shouldn't use plagiarism tools at all. It is very common in the students' case using ChatGPT or OpenAI, I mean AI, artificial intelligence, because it's so easy and very comfortable to use when you give the topic. And when you give the topic to this kind of websites, they can write everything, the whole information instead of you. And often students use this kind of artificial intelligence website to complete their tasks more faster, and it's also considered as a plagiarism because it isn't like students' work. It's considered as someone's work, even if it's like technology related tool. And from my own experience at the master's degree, some of the students, my coursemates, failed from the course because of plagiarism, because of copying from someone's work. And according to the statistics, almost 15% of students at the master's degree failed from the course because of receiving lower mark because of plagiarism, and they can expelled from the course or universities. And the second negative sides of plagiarism is can be resulted in the low mark. Students oftentimes receive very low marks because of copying from someone's work. And in Uzbekistan, a lot of students, English teachers, use different tools to check students' paper nowadays, and that's why students shouldn't cheat their teachers. And the next stage of the online lesson, I'm going to teach you avoiding strategies of avoiding plagiarism. There is 3 types, as I know. There can be another types, but the most essential useful ways of avoiding plagiarism is 3. The first one is citation. Most of the students English learners cannot be aware about this because citation mostly used in academic context. Citation means that giving the credit or acknowledgement to the real writer, like owner of the all ideas, called citation. Citation can be occurred in the different styles. In academic writing, we have most popular, well-known 3 types of citation. It's APA, Chicago, and MLA style of citation. Students can use any of them in their writing. Citation has own marks, I mean punctuation. For example, full stop or comma and other, like given in the information, years of the papers or publication. They can give the whole info about where the information given, data is given. Citation has three types, as I said: MLA, the most popular, well-known types of citation, MLA, APA, and Chicago. And in our case, I encounter most of the time APA style, 7th edition. It means if the students use someone's idea, they should give credit by putting them in the correct punctuation. For example, marks, there can be like brackets, years of the publication, page of the paper. Now, for example, in APA 7th edition, it has own rule. For example, giving the reference list and in-text citation, quotation. There's a third type of in the quotation. Author's work can be directly given into your student, like into your work or student's work, without any change. In the in-text citation, you can the option to paraphrase it by changing the words of the format or order of the words. In the APA 7th edition, like writers, students should provide all the information about literature that they are used. For example, in the reference list, you should provide several data about piece of writing. Like it can be article, it can be website, it can be a book. And in the reference list, according to the APA 7th edition, you should provide first author's name in the alphabetical order. If it's several, you should put in alphabetical order, and when first comes to the author's name, and then author's surname, name of the journal, and title of the journal. At the end, you should provide page of the publication and the date of the publication. And it can be the additional information like DOI. It means, in other words, it's URL, the direct link of this used websites or articles. In text citation, according to APA, students should provide page number of the paperwork in the bracket and author's name. It should be in order, like author's name, after that comma, and year of the publication in brackets at the end. In that case, the sentence should be paraphrased into the own language. It means in English, in those with another words. The next way of avoiding plagiarism is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is used not only in the academic papers. Most of the times, English learners use paraphrasing in their CFR and IELTS preparation, because in the writing section, they are required to paraphrase the question several times, for example, in introduction part, in the topic sentence, and in conclusion. And from this school time, they probably were taught how to paraphrase English words into the other words, like paraphrasing skills. For example, we have several types of paraphrasing methods. I will give each definition for each type, and I try to provide with real-life examples. The first way of the paraphrasing is definitely using synonyms in the sentence. Like I will back to the IELTS preparation, because personally I start to use paraphrasing methods in my IELTS preparation. First, using synonym. It's like easiest way I consider using synonyms, because English language is full of the words with different like synonyms. Like in the past I searched several words, and turned out that some words have more than 35-40 meanings. Like synonyms in the different contexts can be used. So English language is so rich with words, and students have an opportunity to use the different synonym of the word. In the using synonyms, students should be aware of the exact meaning of the word. For example, as I said, in the Task 1 and Task 2 writing, IELTS writing, they should use paraphrasing skill to give the question, and in their writing. Using synonyms is considered very useful, but students should be careful to use not absolute synonyms. For example, sometimes students can make mistake in the using of the synonyms, for example, by confusing the word skill with qualification, or environment with atmosphere. They are different. They should find the absolute synonym of the words while they're paraphrasing the words. For example, skill is ability which people can learn from different ways. For example, as a skills, we consider it the ability. For example, cooking the cake. It's like skill, but qualification is diploma and certificate or paper document that can receive from the instructional places, such as university, school, or other place. And students in turn should be careful in using synonyms. They should find absolute synonyms. Another way, they can just leave the word as it has. And second way of the paraphrasing is using the words in the different formats, as English language has different formats, like noun format or verb, adjective. One word can be used in the different cases. For example, we have transport, transportation, for example, care, careful, value, valuable, value as a verb format. You can, students can change the format of the words. And third way of paraphrasing, just changing the orders of the words in a sentence. It's also considered a good way of paraphrasing. In this case, students can use different type of sentence, like compound, complex, or simple sentence structure in their writing. And when they change the order of these words, they should careful using this sentence structures. For example, in compound structure, they can use different ways of the starting words. For example, also, despite, so, nevertheless, however. With the help of the kind of words, order of the sentence, order of the words in a sentence can be easily changed. The third way of the avoiding plagiarism is the most common among the students, as nowadays students are digital natives. which means good at using technology-based tools, and they can easily Google every tools or information and easily can reach to the data. As I mentioned before, students at the university most of the time use ChatGPT, OpenAI, artificial intelligence, different tools, paraphrasing tools, Quillbot or Grammarly. Grammarly also considered as a good tool to correct their grammar mistakes. And apart from this, we have numerous type of internet tools that students can use in their writing, but while using these tools, students should be aware of the benefits and disadvantages of tools. For example, as a teacher, I use Turnitin.com to check my students' paper, to check their plagiarism rate. I use Turnitin.com. It's a very useful tool to check students' paper. And in the students' case, students often use ChatGPT, but Turnitin or other type of plagiarism checker websites can find out rate of the plagiarism easily. It's not so advisable to use them. And on the contrary, we have several sites which are very useful and absolutely don't show plagiarism rate. For example, students can correct their grammar mistakes in the Grammarly.com website, and it isn't considered as a plagiarism. And in this site, students have to correct their mistakes by their own, but just by sitting, and Grammarly just shows where the mistakes. And we have such tools like paraphrasing tools like Quillbot Paraphraser or paraphrasing tools, different. And in these sites, when students use this kind of sites, it can be considered as a plagiarism and can show the plagiarism rate in the Turnitin.com. Well, in this lesson, I will share the website's name of the website or link the website to use in the students' paper. I think it will be useful for students as well teachers. To sum up, to conclude today's lesson, we look through meaning of the plagiarism, types of the plagiarism, and consequences, and ways of avoiding from it, and we looked through, found out different types of plagiarism. For example, direct, self-plagiarism, accidental plagiarism, and we talked about consequences. We said students can receive the lower mark, or can be expelled from the universities, or we discussed about way of the paraphrasing and avoiding plagiarism, giving the citation, proper citation, way of the paraphrasing, or using different web-based tools. I think that lesson was useful for students to watch, and thank you for attention.